Hello, guys. Welcome to our Sunday chat. And as you and I both know, this week has been a very heavy week, especially in the African American community, in communities of people of color. It hasn't been an easy week. I've talked to a few friends, and most of us just don't know how to process everything. We have anxieties and worries and fears and all these emotions that are running, and we can't even name them. We can't even say what we're feeling. There's anger, there's the need to do something, but we don't know what to do. And we understand most of you, you know um are feeling the same thing, are feeling the same emotions. And for me, it's been a hard week to reflect on. I've asked the Lord many questions about my skin color, and about the skin color of my brothers and sisters. I've had to pour out my heart and my anger and my frustration and my questions to God, and just just lament, just pour it out. And I've had to do all that. But if I am feeling that way, I can't imagine what Breonna Taylor's family is feeling. I can't imagine what Ahmed Aubrey's family is feeling. I can't imagine what George Floyd's family is feeling, and my condolences to them. And I'm sincerely praying that only God, who can give the comfort that they need, can grant it to them. No amount of justice that this world can give will ever console them. Floyd's daughters will not be able to hear their father laugh again, see their father minister in their community again. Ahmaud Aubrey's mother will never hear Happy Mother's Day from her son. Breonna Taylor's family will never hear from her again. So no amount of earthly justice can actually comfort them. So we should take this time to pray for them, to think about them. And with all the events going on, you and I both know this is just a sign of a deeper issue of what's going on in our country. And we need prayer, we need action, we need deliverance. We need deliverance as a country. We need deliverance from the spirit of racism. It's deeply, deeply rooted. You feel it, you sense it, and it's there. Even in this, it's you can see the division. You can sense it. It's almost paralyzing. It sends shivers down my spine. We need prayer for that. And for those of you who are connected to communities of people of color, I ask you to reach out. I ask you to reach out to someone and tell them you're an ally. Tell them you care. I remember when my husband got the first call from this lady, sweet older lady from church, and I'll try not to cry talking about this. She prayed. She prayed for us as a family, but she specifically prayed for me. And just knowing that, just knowing that she understands this pain, this hurt that's running deep in the community, was almost comforting. It did not fix anything. It did not fix me. Obviously, it did not solve the problems that we're facing. It did not bring justice to any of these insensitive murders that we've seen And even the ones that we haven't seen, it did not do any of that. But for me, as a person, there was someone that I knew I could express my emotions to. There was someone who made herself available for me to know that she is an ally. She is God's child, willing to help me as I process this burden. So I encourage you, if you have friends of color, Black people are not okay. Let's just say it that way. They're not okay. And the place we go to look for comfort is the church. But in situations like these, in matters of injustice, the church is normally silent. But I encourage you to be the church that speaks up. The church that picks up your phone and calls someone. It can just be a coworker that you've worked with, just call them and tell them you are thinking of them, you are praying for them. This is the time to live out the gospel. This is the time to bear the fruit of the Spirit. This is the time to do that to the Black community. This is the opportunity for the church. Pray for our refugee community. I am rattled. Everything that's happening has affected me in so many different ways, and I can only imagine the families of these 3 people, like how badly they're hurting. And it makes me shiver. It makes me shake just thinking about that. So pray for our refugee community. They are here, they are new, and they're seeing all this happen, and some of them are Black people, and they're wondering, what did I get myself into? What happened? So pray for them. Pray that they process their emotions. Pray that they find safe space. Pray that they find safe people who will create safe space for them to process their emotions without taking away their dignity as human beings. Because there's also a stigma that comes when you're an immigrant, and especially when you're a refugee. Pray that they are heard. Pray that they know they are loved, and their hurt is legitimate, and they're allowed to feel what they're feeling. If anything, our God is an emotional God, and so to let them feel, and to let them sob and cry. You read the prophets, it's almost like they're psychotic. Like, at one point they're like, we praise you, God, and then the next minute they're like, let my enemies die. How could you let this happen to me? So it's okay to express all that to the Lord. It's okay to we can cheat him. He knows our hearts anyway. And so pray for our community. Pray for our refugee community, that we're able to do that, to help them through that. I don't even know how to help myself through it. So pray that that God helps us process through that and help them process that. And for my friends out there who are struggling just like I am, and just wondering, what does all this mean? And I ask you that you find safe spaces. Find safe spaces that you can express yourself. Find safe spaces that you can talk about what you're feeling. You can talk about what you're going through. Find safe spaces that that you can heal and you can move forward, because the reason for processing all that is so that we can move forward, is so that healing and reconciliation can happen. And so find safe spaces like that. It has been very helpful for me. I've had a couple friends reach out, and their text messages have sent me sobbing and crying. But my friends and I have a safe space that we've been processing this. It's just a safe space to engage if you're willing, and disengage if you feel like it's getting too much. And so find that space, find, now that services are online, find a congregation that's mourning and lamenting, lament with them, express it, let it all out. I mean, the Lord is seeing your heart already. You can express it in any way you want. You can tell him how you're feeling. Tell the Lord how you're feeling. It's okay. He knows it. So do that. Don't hold it inside. And lastly, I just want to encourage us to be kind. Sometimes, actually, an author said this, Jackie. She actually said, we view kindness as if we're condoning someone's behavior. But kindness is not condoning someone's behavior or accepting what someone is doing wrong. Kindness is affirming someone's dignity, is affirming someone that they are still an image. They are still God's image. They are still created in God's image. They still have dignity as a human being. That's what kindness is. So as we're going through this, I hope that we're kind. I want to pray that we're kind, that the fruit of the Spirit of kindness shows up. As we express our opinions, it's one thing I've been praying for myself as I felt alone, as I felt stuck, as I felt like I am going insane. And I don't even watch news, and it's been affecting that much. It's been affecting me that much. So I hope that we are kind. I hope that we're known by our love and kindness. I hope that that's what we're known for. No matter which side of the aisle you fall on, being kind is affirming someone's dignity. We can hold our differences without dehumanizing each other. We can hold our differences while telling each other, you are a beautiful image. You are a beautiful daughter and son created in God's image. And let's not dehumanize the situations. These are real situations that are affecting real people in your church, in your community, maybe not your family, but it is affecting the Black community a lot. And so reach out, reach out. This is a time for the gospel. This is a time for Christians to show up. This is a time for Christians to be known for their love and for their kindness. And find a safe space to my fellow Black folks. Find a safe space where you can express yourself, express your anger, take it to the Lord in prayer. He already sees what's going on in your heart, the hurt, the hate, the anger, the frustration, the twitching of the muscles. He sees that, and he knows that. So find peace and confidence in the Lord. Read the prophets. Read them out loud as a prayer. That's what I've been doing, because I haven't been able to bring myself to actually say a prayer. So read them out loud, meditate on them and pray for them. All right. Thank you so much for listening and for watching. We'll be back next week.